Do you want to make a lot of worthless in-game money by pressing buttons 24/7? Well, I have just the game for you. Welcome to Difficulty Button Simulator, an idle game where you constantly gain money every nanosecond, or somewhat, and you press buttons to increase the multiplier on how much money you get. This game was created a few months ago by Sil, a very lonely owner. Well, yeah, I don't know much about him, although 60mm, who's really bad at chess, joined this game once and I proceeded to join him on what the hell this game was, and from there, I got very interested into it. I don't know, something about gaining a fuck ton of money always intrigues me. I should also mention that the highest amount of button money I got is about 80 triquinquatillion, which is this number that I'm showing on the screen right now. Yeah, it's big. Anyways, this game is kinda like an idle game, which means you don't really have to do much to gain money. However, to gain more money, you kinda need to press buttons over and over and over and over. Yeah, but at least money's cool. Also, the buttons cost money. However, it is obviously a good investment as your money exponentially increases from pressing these buttons. Although, the harder the difficulty with the button is, the more multiplier you get from pressing or buying it. However, it obviously becomes a lot more expensive. I should also say that the button difficulties come from JTOD Joke Towers. Yeah. Although on the positive side, it increases the amount of difficulties found throughout the game. This game also uses the class feature, which is used to rank difficulties that are similar in difficulty, even if it exponentially becomes harder. In the JJT wiki, there are 25 different classes, meaning once the game is finished, there will be 25 classes. In Difficulty Button Simulator, classes are different areas with different layouts and different buttons. However, as I'm recording this, there are only 12 classes, although there is still a lot of gameplay and buttons to go through. For example, this is class 2, and this is class 8. There are also portals we can go through that can instantly teleport you to higher classes, although you need to have a certain amount of skill to go through each class. For class 0, it is -1, which obviously you'll have more than that. However, at class 13, you need 270. To increase your skill amount, you need to have a higher multiplier and a higher amount of money, although getting skill becomes exponentially harder, unless you're rich. I should also mention that the higher amount of skill you have, the higher the limit of your custom speed can be. Custom speed is absolutely necessary for certain classes such as class 10 and 11, where speed is key. Now let's go over what the hell these stats are above your head and what these random orbs do. First of all, rebirths give you 2 times the multiplier than usual, and you can simply get a rebirth by getting a 250,000 multiplier and also pressing this orb. However, if you have a higher multiplier, you can possibly use a better rebirth orb, meaning you can get more rebirths. Be warned that if you accidentally press a lower rebirth orb and you can get a higher one, you will only get that orb's rebirths. Although, once you press on an orb, all of your stats below the rebirth and money reset, so you have to grind to get these again. So for example, if you get an ultra rebirth, your rebirths reset and so on. This is absolutely essential to increase the amount of money you have, and if you want to get to further classes such as class 13 or more, you need to get the other stats such as ultra rebirth, prestiges, ultra prestiges, mega multiplier, ascension, and even further. The other stats that I just listed before give you 2 times the previous stat, and possibly 2 times another stat or money, but this is only for certain stats, such as mega multiplier or prestige. There are signs next to each degree of orb, showing which each stat does. So for example, if you have 1 ascension and got 2 mega multiplier from an orb, it will turn into 5 mega multipliers, which is somewhat confusing, but you'll understand it once you play the game. Anyways, once you become a no-lifer like me, you can possibly get a power, which costs 1000 ascension, which is a lot of grinding needed. Although, you get 2 times of everything. except Mega Multiplier and Normal Multiplier. There is also Sacrifice, the current biggest stat so far, which costs 50 power and resets your portal usages, meaning you basically have to go through all the classes again. Anyways, this was a brief introduction to Difficulty Button Simulator. If this game isn't for you, that's fine, although I suggest to try this game out. The link will be down in the description if you want to play it. There's also a Discord server for the game down in the description if you want the latest updates and want to talk to a community who plays it. Although you have to be 13 to join the server because of Discord rules. Anyways, see you in the next video if I can be asked to make it an actual video later on. And also watch out for the lore in this game, there's a lot of it.